delete this. Well, maybe your answer has changed. I don't know. Here, I'll post it in the chat. If you weren't an adventurer, what would your job be?
Perfect.
Okay.
Mhm.
And I'm assuming we can get rid of all this stuff about duels and diseases and whatnot. Alright. This thing from wherever each PC has advantage. This is already dealt with, or we're still living this because you guys have arrived? Yeah. We're still using this because you guys still haven't long rested? Or did you guys long rest in the ruins of the place before you headed out? Oh yeah, you
I
can't.
don't.
You
we
can't.
couldn't,
That's right.
Yeah.
You could camp and short rest, but you couldn't long rest, except for
Yeah.
the Seeker. Got it. All right. If anybody wants to get a recap inspiration, which is a demon inspiration, etc., 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 go ahead and roll a d20 in the chat and tell us what happened last time. If no one is up for the task, I will try my best to sum up what happened last time for you.
Oh, you better.
All right. Daniel with a 19. All right. Going once, going twice. Daniel, take it away.
All right. Last time on Curse of Strahd Daybreak. Leaving Krezk, we went to Van Richten's tower to try and recruit him for our journey. He was really hesitant to go out and about until we showed him, the vial of Abbott's blood, which was apparently a game changer. He got real excited and it's like, yes, this is the key to freeing Xanther, freeing his mind. So he was all like, yes, we're going. He went and packed. Anna wanted to, Van Richten used it to, free his curse, but Van Richten was like, no, I earned this curse fair and square. I'm gonna keep it. But he came around, so we packed up. Then we went over to the Dust Elves, go to Casimir, and despite being, a day or so late, he was still kind of ready to go. He's kind of an old man that, he packed, he's going to stay packed. We recruited, another elf. His name was Savid, who, was kind of his attendant. So we got him, and then we headed off to Zelenka Pass on our way to the Amber Temple. They were kind of hesitant, Van Richten and Casimir, about going to Zelenka Pass, to the village. It's like, it's a waste of time. Amber Temple's all that matters. We're like, no, there's knowledge to be learned here about the rituals and how to actually defeat Strahd. And we're like, okay. So we set out on the road, the longest journey, which was full of boons and portents. It was more or less a good journey until we started to get into the mountains. I mean, things were still going good. We met up with, Point Break, or Coreus, as he likes to call himself. But then on our way to the village, we did run into Strahd. Just a happy coincidence. He wanted, he had, some meat pies and a whole camp set up. And he was all like, hey, how things go with the werewolves? And Anna was like, And Strahd was like, yeah. So, he asked what we're doing up in the mountains. We're like, oh, yeah, Amber Temple. And he's like, he offered to come with us. It's like, I could take you. But, Anna shut him down. It's like, dude, whatever we're up to here, helping you out, you can't be involved. You can't play with us. So he rode off kind of in a huff, and may have set off a little bit of an avalanche. It could have been a coincidence, but we found out that, Zelenka village had been obliterated. And, us, the heroes, doing what we do, we dashed in, not even knowing these people, offering to help. Tiernan's all like, I'm the Seeker, and I'm here because I'm supposed to be. And they're all like, oh, yes, we've been expecting you, but it's kind of a bad time. So, helping up, digging out people from the snow, doing triage, coordinating, some excellent rope work on Anna's part. We did find Bjorvin the Elder, as he lay dying. But we did have enough time to answer questions 3. So Tiernan, we asked him, it's like, what do you want? And he's like, I want you to free the land. And it's like, how do we do it? And it's like, here's how. We got the blood spear, the blood of the animals, find a ritual skull. There's some spindle in the Amber Temple. And, laid out the entire plan. A different plan at every standing stone. And then he died. So, as we were, gaining our bearings, we talked to Maruna, this spunky Kavani girl, and she offers to take us on a secret, path. Kavani warriors take us part of the spiritual journey, the path of the aspirants. This will help us avoid the dragon, discussions, versus, whether or not we should do the temple first or the dragon first, which one was the greater danger kind of ensued. At which point we decided to, try this path of the aspirants. And, before settling in for the night. And that is the long and the short of what happened last week in Curse of Strahd Daybreak.
All right, great job. Go ahead and add a recap spiration. If anybody is interested in answering the factspiration question, go ahead and roll a d20 into chat. Okay. All right. Those are numbers.
There certainly are numbers.
They are numbers.
Getting the good rolls out early today.
Yep, they are things that are happening. All right, going once, going twice. Tiernan, to you.
All right, Tiernan was working as a bartender before he was scooped up and thrown into Barovia instead. So Tiernan would just still be a bartender. He was not like the boisterous, loud talk to everybody bartender. He was just like the serve your drink calmly and politely and sort of grunt and answer to most of your questions bartender. And that's what he'd still be if he hadn't been here.
Okay. Yeah, you may ask the same question of any willing PC or any NPC that you've met during your journey. So I guess it would need to be a adventuring or anti-hero adventuring type character.
Let's go with Ez.
Ez. Oh man. She would be a teacher. Yep.
Oh.
If she was to retire from adventuring or just never become adventuring, she admires the ability of Van Richten to kind of teach what he knows to her, and she loves knowledge, and she feels that knowledge is empowering, and so that would be a very fulfilling job for her. Plus, she'd probably just be like Indiana Jones, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's the professor, but he also, deals with aliens and survives atomic blasts inside refrigerators. Some of the greatest things that he's done that I just pulled out of the top of my head. Anyway, so yeah, that's what she would do. For any Indiana Jones fans, I'm sorry for the damage I just did to you. It's okay. All right. Anything else before we begin? I guess not. I guess we're ready to go. Some things that I might need to not so much correct, but sort of clarify is you still have to walk to the cave where the thing is. It's not like it's in their backyard. So there is still some outdoor dungeon traveling that needs to transpire. So we're going to figure out, per your much larger party, what's going on with that. And then, you can decide what to do next, because I believe you guys pushed. I want to say you pushed to get here. Does that sound right?
Yep. Plus
Yeah.
3
So
hours to get to the
yeah,
village.
yeah. So you may need to rest before you head out any further. So let me change the music out. Right. Right. Is anybody still hearing music?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
Yep.
Cool. All right. I haven't fully vetted this one, but it looked really good. I just hope there's no like vocals, because we were listening to one the other day, and then there started to be like really spooky vocals. Everyone except me got really scared, so we had to change the music. But anyways, uh, I wasn't scared, but since everyone else was, we changed the music.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happened. So yeah, I'll add Tiernan's boof. So I don't hear any music. It's supposed to be scary in the silence? I don't know. Guess we'll find out.
I think it's like very, very low.
Yeah, I'll just switch it to something else. There we go. All right. So from where you guys currently are on your map, go to your map table. All right. You guys are where it's marked on the map. You are in what's called the Barovian Highlands. So all these lumpy bumps that look like hills or bumps, those are the highlands. So you're making your way through there to get to Mount Ghakis, which is over here. In order to cross from the highlands to Mount Ghakis, you must cross the titular Toslenka Pass. So this is like the garrison bridge that kind of crosses over into the mountain proper. Of course, there was a river like hundreds of feet below, so you're definitely not going to have any cool fight on that bridge that may or may not result in somebody falling hundreds of feet into an icy river and then being washed away. I don't even know if the river's icy, it's so far down from the elevation. You will need, for now, cold weather gear has been like recommended. When you reach the bridge, the garrison, if you do not have your cold weather gear on, you will start accruing exhaustion. It starts to get like really cold and really inhospitable once you get to that point. So as you can see, you still have a ways to go before you even reach the bridge. On the other side of the bridge, further up into the mountains, there is a hidden cave, which has a passage that leads up the mountain to the Amber Temple. So that is your true destination. All right. So now going to the real map and seeing where you guys are. Technically, you do have a road here that you are following. So that does make for less random encounters, which is good. It is 15 miles to the bridge. And then beyond the bridge, hold on a sec. Beyond the bridge, you would follow the road for another 5 miles, and then you would go another 5 miles off-road. All right. So 15 miles to bridge, 5 miles past bridge, and then 5 miles into the mountains. All right.
So you had mentioned that
Mhm.
essentially this part's gonna end up being super dungeon. Does that start when we get to the bridge, or are we still
Well,
doing like?
Well, this is an outdoor dungeon. This whole region.
Right.
So there is no fast traveling here.
So at the part where we're at right now, here forward, it's all quote unquote dungeon. Like,
Correct.
no more.
Actually, several hours ago, you entered the outdoor dungeon because I did roll random encounter checks for you guys to reach this, the remains of this village. That's how you ran into Strahd.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep. So, there is there are a couple of dungeons inside the outdoor dungeon, one of which is the Amber Temple. So, yep. All right. Now, let's see. I'm assuming then that you're gonna want to camp before you head out, because what is your lowest speed in the party right now? Is everybody at 30?
Yeah, so assuming the card is at 32, then yeah, 30 should be our low walls.
Okay. Then it's going to be about 5 hours to the bridge, the garrison bridge. And then from there, it would be another 5 hours of, travel to get to the secret cave. So you could rest and then try to push 10 hours tomorrow to get to the cave, or you could, split it up however works for you guys. I mean, it'll come down to, I guess, random encounters, and then the garrison, you will have to traverse the garrison to get to the other side. So there is going to be, scripted encounters, you might say, dealing with the bridge. So, with all that said, should we just switch over to camping?
It's honk shoe time.
Honk shoe time. All right. So, camping. Also, did you guys see the announcement about the Valda stuff? Better late than never. Better late than never. It's good stuff. They did a really great job with it.
That's
So,
awesome.
yeah, if you are a gunslinger and you wanted to rebuild your character the right way, like, you could definitely do that, because it's all built like really, really well, and all the feats and the guns and the
Grim Hollow win.
Yeah, it's all in there, right? Okay, so camping rules. Everybody's going to work together to make a campsite. I would say in this region with the cold and everything else, the DC for setting up camps is going to be a 15. That's with decent weather. So you may make a survival check using strength, intelligence, or wisdom. Remember, you can hold down Alt when you click on survival, and the little pop-up will appear that lets you change out what stat you're rolling. So I need all 5 of you to give me those checks. So far, oh dang, okay. Okay. Last one.
Yep. Sorry, getting there.
Ooh.
Right.
Okay. Well, it was going pretty good, but Darius, you did do a bad job.
Yeah, that's my boy.
You do a bad job. Okay, so there's no benefits for nat 20s or 1s when setting up campsite. So a single failure means that the camping activities are only a DC 10, which is pretty damn good, considering you all had to get a 15 or higher, and this isn't a super skill heavy party. All right, one of you must be the lookout.
Oh, that sounds like perception. I think
Yeah.
maybe I'll do that.
Okay, so to set up your
Wait,
perimeter,
hold on a second.
give me.
Did we leave the
What?
village?
Well, no, but it's not a village anymore, so.
Yeah, fair point.
It's
Yeah.
kind of a pile.
Yeah.
It's just
I mean,
tinder.
you can see it. You can see it's right over there. What's left of the village as you set up your campsite. So let's see. Tyranny, give me an intelligence survival to set up your perimeter.
Bam.
Sure, it'll be fine.
Probably at least a 300.
It's gonna be great. Okay. And then the rest of you may perform camp activities. So, Anna, what's your camp activity?
Who needs inspiration, guys?
Yeah. It's only a DC 10 Arcana, History, Religion, or Performance check. Well, sorry, you are proficient in Arcana, History, Religion, or carrying an interesting book. That's such a weird thing. Or I think anybody with performance could probably tell a good story. Anyways, it's a Charisma Performance check, DC 10. And you may give an ally an inspiration if you succeed. Though if you fail, you make a embarrassing mistake.
Who needs it?
I'm full up.
Is everybody full?
I'm at 2 out of 3. But
Dang.
All right. Story for Tiernan.
hell yeah.
All
I
right.
missed these when Anna was dead.
I've actually got one that I'll read out loud if you don't mind.
Oh yeah, go for it.
All right, this one's a different tone than what you've gotten in the past, Tiernan, so just a heads up. She would come to you while you're on watch per usual and say, Tiernan, I think it's time for another story for you. Except this one, I don't have a name for. Would you help me name it?
Sure.
All right, and she begins. There once was a lone monster draped in fox fur. The monster found a family of foxes, joined them, and they became friends. The monster lived with the family day and night, and everyone treated it as one of their own. Once in a while, the monster would take off its fox fur at night and lament to itself as it gazed at its reflection in the water. I am a monstrosity, yet they are too foolish to see it. I pity them. But the monster soon found solace when another came to live along with the foxes who were not their kin, a kitten who had been abandoned by humans. The kitten, too, wished to become a fox, but its tail was too slender, and it could not grow a coat of colored fur like they could. Yet when the other foxes saw this, they spoke words of comfort to the kitten. Even without a tail and fur like ours, you are still one of us. Furious at this resolution, the monster lit a fire on the mountain. The terrified animals panicked as the fire spread. The only way to extinguish the flames was to make a sacrifice. An old gray fox stood up and addressed the monster. It said, "You are the cleverest amongst us. Surely you can help find a way to solve this." The monster smiled, led the fox towards the fire, and murdered it. The gray fox's heart was turned into a beautiful drop of water, clear, spotless, and pure. The monster gave the heart to the water. The monster gave the heart of water to the kitten, telling her, "The foxes have decided. You are the one who must be sacrificed. Take this, quench the flames, and die for your foxkin." The fire was extinguished, but the kitten lived. It left that side of the mountain and found a little bird who had a broken wing. The two promised they would spend their whole lives together. But the little bird did not have long left to live. It passed away soon thereafter. After burying the bird, the kitten left the mountain for good. Never again would it cherish a single creature, nor a single blade of grass that stood on that mountain. The kitten spent the nights wandering aimlessly, gnashing its teeth at the moon. How it wished to swallow the moon and devour the moonlight. If the world could only return to darkness, then it would finally be peaceful and content. I will become the new moon, the answer to everything. Then, no one will know that there were once birds, foxes, and cats in the world, and no one can know that they were different. It's the end of her story. Enjoy your inspiration.
All right. But Tiernan, do you have a name for the story?
Most of your stories, I feel like they have some sort of fable-like name. This one, I don't know, it just makes me sad.
So would that be your answer? Just a sad story?
A sad story is an apt description. The fox and the the fox and the kitten, maybe.
That will work. Thank you, Tiernan.
You're welcome.
Daniel, what is your camping activity?
Rest in solitude. Slink off with his journal and catch up on his writing. Thunderclouds in the crowd.
Okay.
Write his angry, emo fanfic.
You sound like you're on the event horizon, trying to call us to investigate a haunted spaceship. I don't know what's wrong with your sound, but I got it. I got it. So go ahead and give me a wisdom check, DC 10. All right, that is a success. So you gain an inspiration. All right, Shane Masters, what's your camp activity?
I think he's going to see if somebody wants to play a game, because I don't need inspiration, but and Shane isn't really a storyteller.
Okay.
So I think does anyone else need inspiration?
Yeah, always.
Okay, then yeah, I guess if after Anna tells her story, if she's free, then he would ask her if she wants to play a game.
What kind of game, Shane?
This is one of reflexes. I figure instead of gambling, we can play an old game I used to play as a kid. You take your hands and place them both out in front of you, palms up.
Playing slaps.
Yeah.
Nice.
So he basically explains slaps.
Oh
All
man.
right, she's down.
Okay.
Yeah. So
this is just an opposed sleight of hand, obviously.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. You are bested by her fast hands.
Yeah. So lucky I didn't have advantage. So Shane teaches Anna how to do it, and then is surprised that her reflexes are as good as they are, but pleased also because I don't need the inspiration, so it's good that I didn't.
All right, sounds good. Let's see, Darius, what do you get up to?
He's full up on inspiration, so solitude's not gonna help. I mean, I guess the village is still kind of wrecked, and Darius is, I guess, kind of a hands-on guy.
Okay.
If there's anything that looks like it probably could use some repairs, he'll do a crafting check.
Oh, so you're just gonna like help the local community that's been completely destroyed?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, there's no like noticeably mechanical benefit here, but you feel good about what you've done. And this is maybe the first bit of like real dopamine that you've felt in a while. So much of what you think and feel now is caused by either external pressure upon you or the dark passenger within you. This feels honest, and there is some comfort in that.
I think because he knows that we're heading to the Amber Temple, he just wants to clear his mind and not even think about that. So he just wants to work with his hands and just push everything away for right now.
Okay.
For now.
For now. All right. as everybody settles in, that was the 4 of you. As everybody settles in for the evening, I will see if anything spicy happens that night on the outskirts of the ruined village. Oh my. Welp.
Is it 1 per hour?
I have to check every hour, yeah.
Ooh.
Man, how quickly we forget the painful memories of our past. Let's see. But it's only an 18 or higher, right? So like, what could possibly happen? All right. Guys are in the mountains. We already had that particular encounter. Oh. Oh. Okay. That's a whole thing.
He was saying it like that because of how cool the thing that's going.
I wish it was that. I wish it was. All right.
You
No,
have that power.
This I gotta warm up character voice I haven't had to use in a long time because it's banned in my household. Let me go and see if I got it deep in the old brain box database.
And
Yeah. Let's see. Do we have a frozen camp? Yes, we have a frozen camp. All right. Hey, everybody's in the frozen camp. This is a long time ago. All right. Get rid of all these interesting characters. I like how you always find this giant ass tree to set up your wilderness camp next to. It's incredible. All right.
Power of the seeker.
Yeah, right.
Always find giant ass trees.
Okay. And apparently it thinks there's still a combat here. That's exciting. When would you ever get a combat when you're camping? That's nuts. All right. So, Tiernan, your perimeter is terrible. I guess I'll just set you guys up wherever. I mean, I don't feel like you need to be as cautious because you're near the settlement, or maybe you just didn't feel like you needed to be as cautious because you're near the settlement. Not 100% on that, but I'll just kind of move peeps around. If you don't feel like that's where you would be, then, you know, we could move you around or whatever. The elves, they just meditate and instead of sleeping, which I think you guys would be familiar from your time with Lyre. But it is no less unsettling, I guess, to see two of them just kind of enter sort of a corpse-like trance. Then again, that's also how Anna sleeps, so who even knows at this point?
I was also gonna mention I have my tier 2 ability that I don't need to sleep as much either.
God! Alright. So, this happens early in the evening. So after the sun has set and darkness has settled, Tiernan, you would notice this first because you are on watch and you have pretty good stuff. You see, has Tiernan seen the Dark Crystal?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Well, you see a Sketsky, right? Is that what they're called? From the Dark Crystal. You see a medium-sized humanoid, kind of pushing the boundaries of medium a bit. They have a bulbous, hunched-over body. At least it appears like that in the heavy robes and furs that it wears. A featherless, wrinkly vulture's neck juts out from the robes, ending in a hideous bird-like head. The creature moves confidently, but in a almost sort of velociraptor, like head and body dipping and darting kind of way, very bird-like movements. And to navigate past particularly rough spots, it has a walking stick, which has more in common with like Gandalf's staff than a hiking stick. the creature does not seem to have any other weapons, but it enters your campsite, moving as it notices you noticing it with some caution. And it says, it calls out to you in sort of a stage whisper, not wanting to awaken your allies. It says, pardon me, are you aware of a temple in this region?
Yes, we've heard tell of it.
He comes closer.
Are you lost? Do you need something?
Yes. I seek the temple.
So we're like what, off the, like right off the road here, or?
Yeah. Like you're near the settlement. Like they've got like like a road, quote unquote, which is to say a wide hunting trail that leads from the old trade road into the woods to their settlement. So it wouldn't be unusual for a traveler to maybe see that road and follow it and see if it leads somewhere. It likely saw all the devastation, but also the campfires, because you guys aren't the only camp that is set up. But it seems to have gravitated towards you and your fellowship, such as it were.
I will, having seen the map, I'll describe to him where from here he would need to go, and like when he would need to turn and stuff to get to the temple.
So you allowed to get close and show it your map and everything?
Oh no, I'm not showing it the. I don't think I have the map. I don't
Oh,
know.
okay. Do you allow it to get close? Because
Uh,
as you're talking to it, it is just steadily moving towards you.
well, I was gonna. Oh, the game's on pause now. I was
Yeah.
gonna move forward a little bit.
Oh, meet him halfway kind of thing?
Yeah,
Okay.
sort of like out and away a little bit.
All right. As you approach, it sort of curtsies to you. Like you see that its hands have 2 fingers and a thumb. They end in razor sharp talons. The left hand is open, palm up. The right hand holds the staff. The arms and hands go wide as it dips into a bow. It lowers its head, but does not avert its eyes as you approach.
Yeah, I'll do like a little half bow to it, but same thing. I'm not gonna take my eyes off of him.
I am called Papa Feather.
Tiernan Beckett.
Yes. You have many companions, Tiernan Beckett. Would you have room for one more?
I'm not sure. We'd all have to discuss it. I'm not the leader or anything.
Then may I wait? It would be rude to wake your leader. And this close, you see that despite being a bird, its mouth is filled with rows and rows of hypothermic needle-sharp teeth, like thin, pointy teeth. And that it has sort of a sickly green tongue with purple mottling coloration and spots all along it.
How deep into the night is this?
The sun is just set. It's going to be here all night with you.
Okay, well, I mean, if it was like halfway through the night, I maybe.
Oh, do you want to wait? You want to
Up,
wake everybody up
but
early, kind of thing?
yeah,
Okay, yeah,
be
all
like,
right.
no, it's no problem. We'll talk to him now.
Oh, all right. It says, "Hmm, I do not want you to put yourselves out for me.
No, don't worry about it. I'm
Hmm.
gonna sort of scooch over this way, like looking over
Ish.
my shoulder, talking to him the whole time, so that
Yeah,
I
you
can
you
feel
you
sort of like,
hear and feel him follow after you. You can
yeah,
feel its wretched hot breath on your neck and ear. It is apparently a close talker.
but so yeah, the whole time, sort of like looking back at him with the excuse of I'm talking to him, but also just because I don't
Okay.
want to not have my eye
Uh,
on him, and then I'll bend
Arena
down and look up.
Arena wakes up and sees the creature, and she starts to scream and then kind of chokes it down and says, what?
Why don't you get everybody up, Irenia? We've got another one that looks for the temple here.
She whispers very low, knowing you have good hearing, and she says, Theonin, is that some kind of were-raven? What's wrong with it?
This is Papa Feather.
It curtsies again. Mm. Uh, she scampers over and rouses one by one each of you awake.
Yeah, and I'll fully turn back to him as soon as she starts to walk away and sort of try to keep him engaged over here.
Okay.
So, Papa Feather, where are you from? I'm from another world.
I am from another world as well. I found myself here after some mist settled in upon me.
Yeah, very familiar. Same thing happened to me.
A tragedy. My journey, my adventures, all lead me to the temple. Hmm. There are secrets there that I must have. Hmm.
We're going there as well.
Anna, because your perception is so terrible, you don't realize he's there until he whispers to you. It's Dr. Rudolph Van Richten. He says that there's a demon. Careful. Hmm. Then perhaps we should journey together. I have magic to protect and destroy. Much magic.
How long have you been in Barovia, Papa Feather?
Mm. 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 I cannot remember.
Does Anna know anything about being known as Papa Feather?
You may roll a history check. You have no idea what a
Okay.
Papa Feather is. Anybody is welcome to roll a check. If you are from Earth, you just roll, I guess, history to represent meta knowledge. If you are from Barovia, you could roll history, or if any of you are trained in Arcana, you could roll a Arcana check.
And this would be a hidden check.
Yes. Yep. Ooh. All right. So Shane, uh, you were around in 1982 when Dark Crystal came out.
Yeah,
Um,
I saw it. It came out 3 years ago.
what was your take on the movie?
So Shane would have been, in his 20s still,
Yeah.
3 years ago. So he went, but because it was there and he had seen most of the other movies, and he didn't
Mhm.
have to be at home.
Yeah.
Somehow living at home in his 20s, what a loser.
Mhm.
And no judgment, of course, but
Mhm.
yeah, that's how Shane would feel. So I'd say it was interesting that it was a whole world that didn't feature a single human.
Yeah.
So that was interesting to him. But he was definitely would have been drawn to like the heroic aspects and the prophecy and stuff like that, and feeling special and yada yada yada.
Mhm.
So it was good escapism for him. The dual nature, not to spoil a 40-year-old film.
Yeah.
The dual nature of the Skeksis
Skeksis,
and
yeah.
the I forget what they called the sloth-like guys, but that would have been interesting to him.
Fair enough. Like you reckon this has to be one of those guys. Like it has to be. Like it can't be anything else. Darius, I don't know how many times you watched that movie or what kind of impact it had on you, but with your Nat 20, you recall all the details of the movie. Have you seen the movie IRL?
IRL, it's one of the movies I've been meaning to see. I have not actually seen it.
Oh, I don't want to spoil it for you then. I don't
Oh
want to
damn!
spoil it for you.
Sorry.
It's
Oh
fine.
no.
It's all good.
Okay. All right.
I probably think that it may have been like a movie night with Mackenzie, and she was just like,
Okay.
"Watch this with me." And it was like, "What the hell? What are these Muppets? What is this?"
Yeah.
I guess. Oh man, despite having such a high role, I don't know if you would recall as much, but just like the overall design of this character in front of him with those in the movie, you would definitely see that kind of correlation.
So the Skeksis in the movie, they were a corruption of an actual like good steward of magic and nature and all that. But they were kind of consumed by sin and avarice and pride and all that, and transformed into these hideous creatures that were covetous of essentially like the planet's magic and mana and stuff like that. So they were bad dudes that maybe at one time were not bad dudes, but they were definitely bad dudes. So that's the vibe you pull, is that if this creature is actually the same kind of creature from that Jim Henson movie that came out in 1982, not only do they have magic, but they are also quite evil.
Mm-hmm.
And Daniel, with your check, you recall similar things about the movie. What was Daniel's take on the movie, out of curiosity?
Hella creepy. He couldn't really get into it.
Fair enough. All right. So Anna, the negotiation question mark continues, where the creature seems very confident in its magical prowess.
I apologize, Papa Feather, but we have our magic of our own. We will give you directions to the temple, but your company is not needed with us.
It looks sort of dejected, and it produces a fine map. The map is excellent in its scale and like craftsmanship, but it does leave much to be desired as far as the labeling system goes. Also, the runes that it is written in do not conform into legible script when you view them, indicating that they are likely an otherworldly language, like demonic. Abyssal, I guess.
She'll motion to Tiernan to give him directions, and then she'll go back to whatever the heck she was doing.
Sorry, I'm laughing. In this instance, I know
Uh-huh.
Gibby's brought it up a couple of times. That book that Reed found a while back. Do some of the letters look anywhere similar?
Yes, actually, they
Oh,
do
shit.
look like they do
We
look like the
found the
letters from the
connection.
book.
We finally
Yeah.
know what it is. It's demon tongue.
Mhm.
Abyssal. Nice.
Yep.
But we don't
all
know what the
right.
fuck it says. They just look similar in characters.
Yeah.
With
Maybe we ask.
with a heavy heart, Papa Feather waddles away into the darkness.
It's a
Just
good
to
thing.
ask, what's your business at the temple?
I seek the knowledge to return home. I am homesick. I miss everything. I am alone. Frightened.
Mutual feeling.
Turns.
Do we have any need?
Shuffles
Do we
away.
have any need for that book on us? Can we just give this as a parting gift and let him go? This is
directions.
This
I mean, we don't know because we don't know what's in it.
fair.
I think directions is enough of a gift
Okay.
for this thing.
Okay.
Probably a demonic translation of Twilight, anyway.
Heads
It'd be
out.
hilarious.
All right, that was easy enough.
Like we're not gonna see
Encounter
this.
one of
Like
7.
we're not gonna see this motherfucker again.
Anna, scoot in a little closer.
Okay.
So you guys are not going to believe this, but sorry. I was just
no. Yeah. Keep going. Yeah.
I saw this movie back home about a few years ago, and I would swear this thing was right out of it, like made with puppets and shit.
Is it like Pirates of the Caribbean?
That is probably the best movie. I don't know.
And I don't think Shane was around when you guys had the phone with the pirates.
Yeah.
So I don't like the ride at Disneyland.
No. Shane, the ride at Disneyland inspired the film.
Oh. Well, I guess they'll make a movie about anything.
Not everybody knows as much about movies, so I understand. It's okay.
Is it not Pirates of the Caribbean movie? I mean,
listen, she really likes movies. Like, this is one of her main goals, is to make it to Earth so she could be an actress and see movies. And
Reed would have loved her. Yeah.
I think I know what you're talking about. I think they also made a television series on Disney Plus.
Oh man, that would have been. I mean, if you're into that, whatever.
Dr. Rudolph Henriksen looks at all of you, just trying to, parse the words that you guys are saying and kind of make sense of them. And he says, it is strange to me that they would have demons accurately depicted in a historical reenactment, play, movies, in a world with no magic. Perhaps there is more magic than you realize.
I swear I'm getting deja vu from this conversation. I think we talked about back at the tower how we have things like Cthulhu and all that crap.
Mm-hmm.
So guess something's come over into our world, one way or another.
I mean, David Copperfield's kind of cool.
Yes, what we discussed before, speculation. Now, we have evidence. Fascinating.
Well, in either case, that thing was creepy and not exactly on the good side.
You made the right decision, sending the beast away. It would have betrayed us at its earliest convenience. All Casimir does is nod sagely at what Rudolf Van Richten said. And then seeing that another old guy appreciates his wisdom, he nods at Casimir. And the two share a look. Us old guys, we keep the world going. What's going to happen to the world when we're gone? Who knows? Who knows?
Two old spellcasters are like, we already have 3 spellcasters in this party. We don't need a 4th.
Right. Oh, it looks like we don't have the Avani girl that's going with you, Miruna. Go. All right, cool. So around, I don't know, 2 hours before dawn, Tiernan, you awaken again to the sounds of screams from another campsite. Do you leave them to their own devices? Do you wake the others? Do you go to check? What do you do?
How close does it sound?
That you could get there in a few moments, which is to say, story passages of time. Like, but the longer you take, the worse it could be, depending on what they're screaming about.
Yeah, I'll wake Irene up.
Okay.
Tell her what's going on. Head over to
Okay.
work.
All right. She begins to rouse everybody. Tiernan, you rush through the snow towards the sound of the screams. When you arrive, you behold a terrible sight. There is a humanoid creature, and hanging limp from its right arm is a woman, her neck torn open, blood everywhere. And in the creature's left hand, which is held to its hideous face, is a now dead infant. The creature tosses the baby's corpse into the snow, unceremoniously drops the woman, stares at you with its hideous, bald, wrinkled, deformed face. Its eyes, 2 glowing red dots in a pit of darkness and sagging flesh. It has long elf-like ears and no nose, just a cavity in its face. And below that, the broken remains of a mouth that, lacking lips, just reveal deformed, mangled rows of fangs, now stained with blood and flesh. The creature, as it looks at you, turns to mist, floats away.
So the baby was super dead. Does the woman look completely super?
You can run. Yeah, you can run over and try to administer
Yeah.
some medicine. Okay. Right. The woman is still alive, but she is dying. You grab
Like story dying as
well, like 0 making death saves kind of thing.
Okay.
But but with your medicine check, you could follow up and try to stabilize if you wanted to.
yeah, we'll do
Okay.
a stabilize.
All right. Others come running at this point. Anna, you are the fastest, I believe. Would you go for Irenia telling you that Tiernan ran off into to see what's happening in another camp, or would you just wait it out?
She would grab her sword and shield and probably run after Tiernan.
Okay. What about the rest of you? Would you follow, or would you stay at the camp?
My question is, how far away is this? Because I have my
Tiernan would be out of sight. So it's gosh, it's
Is it within
I don't know,
300 feet?
within 300 feet, give or take, yeah.
Okay, because I have my tier 2 thing that detects undead. So I would have felt like something. Well, I mean, this is the first time this is actually pinging, so Darius doesn't know what the fuck's going on.
Well, it would have pinged for you for Strahd. I'm gonna be honest, in Barovia, like it's gonna
probably
ping
just
quite
going
a.
off.
It pings every now and then. Yeah, like sort of just you have
I mean, does it ping? Yeah, like literally.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
I think okay. So then I guess when Anna runs off, Darius will run after her.
Okay. All right, Daniel, do you go with them or do you stay with your campsite?
No, he'll spring into action with his rogue action economy.
Interesting. Okay. So, Shane Masters, do you stay with the campsite or do you go with your allies?
Shane will first look at Correas and Taltos and say, this may be a distraction or trick to split us up, so stay watchful. Call out if you see anything. And he will go halfway so he can kind of maybe keep an eye, because his range on his gun is insane with sharpshooter.
That will put you squarely in the darkest part. So you would be between two campsites. So you'd be able to see the campsites, but you yourself would be.
I have a 30-foot beacon.
Yeah.
I have the sword.
So so you're gonna be the okay. So you're gonna be the only light in the darkness between them. All right. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. As you run past, Irenia stays with the campsite. Because she heard your words that it might be, a distraction or a trick or whatever.
So he wants to, stay right between so he can shoot in either location if he can see,
Okay. All right. So Daniel and Anna, you would arrive first. Shane would arrive last, and Darius in between. When you guys come onto the scene, you see that Tiernan is tending to the wounds of a woman who, for all intents and purposes, looks like she might have been killed. But Tiernan is speaking calming words to her and applying like bandages and stopping bleeding and all that kind of stuff. The scene is a horror show. There is just blood everywhere, and you realize now that there are 3 other Kavani survivors who are nearby, and they are also dead, and it looks like they were drained of blood. Tiernan, the creepiest thing of all the creepy things that you remember about the creature, the first is that the cloud of mist it turned into was filled with flying insects, like stinging flies and the like. The second is that none of its movements made any sound at all, even to you.
What happened, Tiernan?
There was this thing. It must have been a vampire, but it didn't look like any of the ones we've seen so far. It had this woman in one hand. It had and I point over to the body, and that in the other. And I got here, and it looked at me, and then it turned to mist and flew or floated off.
We're kind of the first to arrive on the scene. Does it seem like any of the other Kavani camps have started to rouse?
Well, that is a great question because you feel. Sorry, you don't feel. You hear the approach of some more people coming in your direction.
All right. I guess we don't know if this thing is fully left or if it's still lurking. He said turn to the mist.
All right. So you see Chief Dragomir and several Kavani warriors roll up on the scene. Many of them take a quick intake of breath as they assess the 4 dead bodies. Well, 3 dead bodies and the woman who appears to be dead in front of Tiernan. And he says, What are we bearing witness to here? What has happened? Did you do this?
There was a vampire, but he looked ruined and just old in the way that other vampires we've seen don't. And I heard screaming from our camp. I rushed over, but as soon as I arrived, he turned to mist.
You hear more screaming. You're the first to hear it, but then as the screams carry, others would hear it as well, except Anna. And the Dragomir says, That's coming from the camp where we have the injured and the wounded. And then he and the other Kavani rush off in that direction. What do you guys do?
We chasing this thing down?
You think we can?
I mean, if not, it's just gonna start picking more people off.
I'm gonna need each of you to give me a wisdom saving throw. Okay, so this is a mind-affecting charm-based effect. I love how I have to add tags to everything in this fucking system. Sorry, excuse me. This is a mind-affecting charm-based effect. So Shane, you are in control of your faculties. Tiernan, Daniel, in charge of your faculties. Darius, you feel your mind becoming very pacified. It is the same feeling as when you've had a really rough ass day and you sit down to watch like whatever, like you're not even thinking about it, you just pick some random show to stream or whatever, and the next thing you know, like Netflix is asking you, bro, are you still there? Because you've completely zoned out. It's that sort of vibe.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh my goodness. It's really bad. Taltos shouts at you guys from a great distance, and he says, Hurry! Please! They're leaving! They're walking off into the night! Help me! And those of you who have made your save, you can react. The rest of you, you start heading back towards the camp, but just, with no sense of urgency.
Yeah, so Shane will bolt. And does my nat 20 give me anything better than like
Sure.
this?
Oh, you have advantage on wisdom saving throws?
Yeah, because of let's see, what is it called? Jaded? Yeah, because of Jaded.
No, this isn't like Pathfinder. There's no like critical effects for getting
I was hoping
criticals
it was
and
like
stuff.
he's immune to that effect for the rest of the day.
Oh.
Yeah, he will
Okay.
bolt to since he's halfway already.
Mm-hmm. All right, so you start heading over there, and you can see that those who have not been affected by it, those who have been affected by it have wandered out of the camp and are starting to head towards the woods. This includes Irenia. Actually, it includes flipping everybody
Oh crap!
except Irenia. So the question I have to ask you guys is, as they're all wandering off into the night, mindless and blissless, those of you who made the save, who would you prioritize saving?
So after a few seconds of zoning out,
Mm-hmm.
Darius's mind comes back as
Okay.
Shake It Off triggers, and he burns 2 Moxie points.
Okay. All
But
right.
that's going
Then,
to take a couple of seconds for me to even react, so that's up to you guys.
so Anna, do you have any thing that can counteract this effect?
No, the only thing I have is Indomitable, but I'm not going to use it on this.
Ooh,
So,
interesting choice. Okay. Okay.
She'll just chill and go
All right.
walk wherever she needs to walk to.
Tiernan, if here's a fact
Actually,
question
okay.
for you. Here's a fact question for you. If you had to prioritize saving Anna, Irenia, Maruna, Kureus, Casimir, Savid, or Dr. Rudolph Van Richten, would you save?
Okay, what's the list again?
It is Anna, Irenia, the new girl, Maruna, Kureus, Casimir, Savid, and Dr. Rudolph Van Richten.
I mean, Irene is who he's going for first.
Okay. All right, so you rush off to try and save Irenia. All right, Shane Masters. If you could only save one of them, who would you go to save?
Yeah. So seeing well, first, I guess to answer your question directly would be seeing that Irene is taken care of. He'd go for Van Richten, but
That's a lot of confidence in Tiernan.
Damn.
But would Shane be able to basically keep pace and follow them, keeping everyone lit up in his aura, draw the sword, and that kind of thing, to try to ward off anything? I mean, it may or may not happen, but that way they're not going off alone.
It would be difficult because they're all sort of taking a different route and moving at different.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Since he is so far ahead of everybody, I imagine he would get to Irina first. So maybe he would. I think he knows nothing to do but tackle, so he would probably try to tackle her.
Okay, so you also go to assist Irenia?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Darius, you got Anna, Irenia, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Maruna, Kureus, Casimir, Savid, and Rudolph Van Richten. Who would you prioritize?
Unfortunately, because it takes a couple of seconds for Shake It Off to kick in, I think the only
Yeah,
person he's going to be able to actually help in this immediate time would be Anna, because she's right next to him.
All right, so unfortunately, you have to help Anna. Heard. Okay. Dang. Wow. All right.
Oh, yeah. I said the words.
Daniel.
All right. Well, he was going to pick Anna too, but
okay,
we can both help her. But
I mean, you could both help her. I mean, technically, Darius would have to make an athletics, and then Anna would, because they are trying to wander off, would try their best to free themselves from it. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, athletics or acrobatics on their part.
Yep, he will prioritize Anna. She's worth it.
Okay. Fair enough. Tiernan, Shane runs past you and leaping air tackles Irenia to the ground. So Shane, give me an athletics.
Oh, crap. I was hoping acrobatics would be there, but yep, athletics coming.
All right.
Chose grapple.
I did. Yep,
Oh.
that tracks for Shane. He just misses. Just dives in the snow.
Dang. All right. Let me see.
I mean, she could get a natty one. You know, who knows?
Okay. This is why it's good to have multiple people going after people. All right. So let's see. All right. So let's try to do an acrobatics. All right. So she jukes to the side and continues to sort of like steady walk, stumble forward. Back over at the Anna situation, Darius, give me that athletics. Anna, give me that acrobatics. All right. Let's see. Yeah, so Anna, you just sort of briskly start walking, your eyes sort of glazed over, in the same direction as the camp and the rest of the party, but, you know, in like a different, you know, just kind of like stumbling drunkenly almost as you go. Daniel, do you want to try and catch her?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. All right, 15. Oh my god. All right, she's slippery. So Anna's just making her way towards it. Whatever it is. Tiernan, you see Shane leap for Irenia. Irenia deftly, or drunkenly, like drunken master, kind of like stumbles out of the way and keeps going. What do you do?
I will attempt to do the same thing, knowing that I am a little bit more burly than Shane is.
Okay. Oh
Wow!
no!
Even with a 1, I got triple what Shane got.
All right. Well, you can't critically fail a skill check. You gotta re-roll it. Oh, okay. All right. Spend them resources. All right. 12. Okay. She will try. Oh, all right. She's still going. All right. I'll assume then that they move and dash, so they're kind of going off on their own. And then we'll just bring it back around. Darius and Daniel. The problem is Anna's running pretty fast. So what's your speed, Anna? Not running, but moving pretty fast.
You guys are never gonna catch me. It's 45.
Oh my god,
can shoot her.
45! Oh my god! All right. I have to check something behind the scenes real quick. Let's see.
I could just down her like a deer.
Or not.
Or maybe not shoot party members. That's fine.
Oh man. Okay. Oh. All right. This is rough. Okay. Yeah. So if you can't catch Anna, you guys are just kind of like running after her, but you guys dashing versus Anna dashing. Anna dashes at 45 twice, so 90 feet as they start making their way out into the dark forest.
Yeah, well,
I could.
Dan.
Go ahead.
Hmm?
Yeah. I was just saying, yeah, Daniel could bamf. See if you can bamf after her.
Okay. So you have your roguish action too, right? So
Yep,
yeah,
right,
you're
right.
so
But I'm gonna
you
see if
got...
When Irenia goes to move away, can I use Warning Strike to try to grab at her with a grapple?
Yeah. I mean, you could do opportunity attack, try to grapple her. Otherwise, you have to make an unarmed strike against
Well,
her.
this is so. Warning Strike is opportunity attack when they leave instead of when they. Oh no! Wait, it's the other way around.
Well, warning strike is basically sentinel at home, right?
Right,
It's
yeah,
like you have to pay for sentinel essentially.
Okay.
So yeah, as long but I would say that you still have to hit her.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, it's activated. Like a literal warning strike, like you are hitting her.
Alright,
So
Daniel's
how far does
gonna-
that get you?
Okay, so I can teleport 70 this time.
Oh,
Plus
shit.
move for
Nice.
90.
Okay. All right. So you would catch up with Anna. Is it an action for her? That's a bonus action. So what would you do with your
That's
action to
that.
try and stop Anna?
Okay, because she's being super slippery, and this is like herding cats. Instead of trying to capture her, he's gonna shout at her, well, through her, and say, "Help her! God damn it, you son of a bitch! Help her!" Meaning Mr. Spooky.
Oh, you're trying to say this to her passenger?
Well, I mean, out loud, yeah. It's like,
Oh,
help her, help her, you son of a bitch.
oh shit. So this is not like a psychic thing. This is just you shouting at Anna, "Help her, you son of a bitch," hoping that you're reaching the person behind the Anna.
Right, because I think
Okay, that's kind of dope. All right.
yeah, because although yeah, I could probably use my action to. I could use my action to dig in if I have to. If I feel he's
Okay.
not getting.
Well, I
me.
mean, either way, you're using an action. If you're doing a social check to directly influence events, that is still an action. So do you want to dig deeper with it, or do you just want to do it on verbally?
I'll do it. We'll do it verbally.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a persuasion.
All right. Persuasion.
God damn it, dude! I was joking around with my spouse about this just last night. That doesn't matter what happens in Curse of Strahd Daybreak, Daniel just nat 20 a fucking persuasion check.
Yeah,
And
and
so
I got reliable talent on top of that now.
So
Damn.
you know.
Oh shit.
All right.
When in doubt,
So
bet on hardwood.
as you shout this at Anna, yet again, no one trusts you to do things for yourself. Even Daniel is asking your dark passenger to take care of this problem instead of asking you to take care of this problem. The indignity that you feel is so great that you may attempt another wisdom saving throw.
I'm never going to make this either. Let me think of how. It doesn't matter what I roll, it's a disadvantage. Yay.
Oof. Yeah.
All right, we'll just give it a shot.
Okay.
Hey.
All right. There is a moment, Daniel, where you think that you either got through to her or her dark passenger, because she gets a very stern and angry look on her face, and then she just kind of Walking Dead style, like shoves past you, and just keeps shambling towards the forest. As she passes, you could opportunity try to grapple her or strike her.
Oh yeah, we'll try and grapple her. It's like, god damn it.
Okay. Go ahead.
Oh, is that just another athletics? Yeah.
Yep. And then Anna with the acrobatics. Oh my god. All right. At this point, Tiernan, you would hear all around you, there are people moving into the woods. This has the very eerie feeling of like the Pied Piper story of the guy that, like, you know, piped all the rats out of the city and then drowned them in the river. Like, it kind of has that vibe. Like, you can see that people from all the camps are just streaming into the woods at a steady pace. And there are a few who have made their saves against this supernatural effect that are desperately trying to grab at and restrain and pull their loved ones back. And this is people of all ages are being subjected to this effect.
Do I see or hear anything that like leads me to believe where the source of this is?
Oh, so here's the creepiest part. It's completely silent. There's no auditory indication of what is causing this or where its source is, other than the vague direction that all of these people are headed. You also hear, because now you're doing that, like, you know, Peter Tingle thing where the camera goes in real close to your eyes squinting and your ears, and then they show like your ears twitching or whatever. You know how they do.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you
Nice
can
and
hear you can clearly hear over the silence the screams of the injured, the dying, and the infirm being eaten alive by rats. But that is coming from the opposite direction that the people are going.
God damn. I think I will keep that part to myself.
Mhm.
Very SIBO style. The whole burden of knowledge thing.
All right. I'm going to assume that Anna continues to move at a pace. Daniel tries to keep pace with Anna. Darius, what do you do? Taltos has run up to you and is like he's non-mechanically terrified. And he just says, Darius, what do we do? What is happening? It is like they are all possessed or in a trance. All of them. And he kind of motions, and Darius, you see, yeah, people are still making their way into the woods.
Yeah, something got into my head too. I was able to shake it out.
What was it? Was it a voice or a compulsion? What was happening?
I didn't hear any voice. It was. I mean, what's the best way I can even describe it? I don't think it was a voice. It was just something that just washed over me, right?
You just felt yourself zoning out. You just felt yourself zoning out.
I can't even describe it. Something just washed over me, and next thing I knew, my eyes were just glazed over. Shit. So seeing Daniel had teleported and is trying to keep up with Anna, is there? I mean, I guess I can burn resources and I can kind of keep up with them for a bit. But if I don't succeed in grappling her, then I'm just running out. Can I?
And that is when you all hear the howling of wolves deeper in the woods and the screams begin.
Okay. Darius is gonna just rush into the same direction the rest of our group went.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Tiernan, are you using any action economy for anything besides keeping pace with Irenia?
I rolled my reaction strike to try to grapple her.
Oh, okay. And it was a
18.
18. Okay. Here is her acrobatics. You have caught her.
All right.
And then I will allow that she will not try to escape as long as you keep dedicating your action to essentially reestablishing that grapple and keeping her in place.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll do that. That means I can only move 30 feet around, which pretty much takes me out of catching up to everybody for
Well,
Bale's.
if you were carrying her, you'd move at half speed anyways. So
That's true. That's
yeah.
true. So I'm not going to catch up to the people fleeing then. So I think
Okay.
instead I'm going to start going towards the rats.
Okay, that's a ways off in the other direction of all the commotion. All right, so Tiernan throws Irenia over his shoulder, and like caveman or firefighter, and starts heading back towards the camp. Shane Masters, what are you gonna do?
So I have an idea. Something I haven't got to use yet, but
Okay.
would you allow him to use a trick shot,
Okay.
which says it's a ranged weapon attack instead of a performance check with an expertise die and it says it's up to the DM's discretion for what kinds of trick shots I can do. To basically shoot the ground ahead of, say, Van Richten and cause him to trip.
Yeah, I mean, I'd allow it. It would just slow him down. Like he would get up from prone and keep going.
Yeah.
Is the problem? Yeah.
But it would at least give me an extra turn to catch up, but then again,
And keep in
dashing
mind
might have
that
been-
we're like theater of the minding it right now. This is just to kind of give you an indication of who was affected, right? Like this isn't
Yeah.
actually how close they are to you guys. So you
Oh
need
yeah,
to,
yeah, but I don't have
yeah.
disadvantage on my shots because the sharpshooter and
Right.
range is pretty good.
Okay, I'm saying that I would say that yeah, causing like some debris to fall in front of him and then he trips over it, like that could definitely be a thing. But at the same time, if he's only tripping, then he's gonna stand up and keep
It's
going.
just momentary
Yeah.
anyway. Yeah, you're right. Okay, then Shane will run toward the closest person.
Okay, so as you start to head in that direction, the two closest people that you discover are Anna and Maruna. You do see Daniel doggedly trying to keep pace with Anna. I should ask Daniel, do you try to teleport again to keep up with Anna?
No, because between action, dash, and move, you should be able to keep pace.
Okay, keep pace and then make a reaction against her. Okay, so yet again, Daniel, give me a reaction grapple, and then Anna, give me that acrobatics. Another 15.
Just curious, how dark is it out here?
Oh yeah, once you guys leave the campsite, it's very dark. Like Shane is the only light in the darkness out here.
Okay.
Typical.
So since meat on these or whatever, the defender wins, because that makes sense when you're designing a rule system to have two different ways to handle that kind of stuff.
Is it too
but
late to bolster it psychically?
Well, yeah, you can bolster it psychically, absolutely.
Okay. Let's add an 8 to that.
Okay, so you are able to grab a hold of Anna. Now, Anna, it doesn't say anything about using spells and spell-like abilities and stuff. It just says moving and dashing. So you wouldn't like necessarily feel like you needed to teleport to catch up. In fact, like just sort of vibing to this sort of weird, mindless, sort of emotionless state is kind of nice. The snow falling on you. The cold air, it's brisk. And you think Daniel might be there too.
It's a beautiful night, Daniel, don't you think?
Aww. So
Yeah,
Shane, you would come upon that scene first.
Yeah,
Saying
then
it's a beautiful night.
I'll shift to Maruna then.
Okay. At this point, as you rush after Maruna, she's moving at a pretty steady pace. Let's see. Give me one of those trick shots. That would probably slow her down enough that you could catch up and try to grapple her.
Okay. I am again. Don't worry about the damage, guys. And then I get to A5E maneuver dice are what at this level? Are they D8s or D10s? You guys know?
I don't think the dice improve unless it says so.
Expertise,
so they're D6s.
Expertise dice are always D4s. I know
D4s.
that.
Okay. Then all right.
Yeah.
That's what it is. So I added
Yep.
D4 to this.
Okay.
Oh, doesn't matter.
Okay. So fortunately, we this is an attack.
Oh, here it's not an attack roll. It's a in lieu of a performance. So I guess I will add a D4, and you just tell me if it works.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna say a 13. You definitely fire at her, but the gunshot startles none of the people, and they continue on their way. And you see Maruna start to disappear into the dark. If you follow her, you will be off on your own in the dark woods, the only light. Shane, do you follow her into the woods, or do you let her go? You're looking around. You see and hear Daniel and Anna, but there's no sign of Tiernan anymore. There's no sign of Darius. There's no sign of Rudolph, Savid, or Casimir, or even Coreus.
I mean, she's our guide, right? So,
yeah, fair.
I think he would. He doesn't want to, wants to save somebody.
Okay. Alrighty. So you pursue her deeper into the woods. Okay. You can hear the sounds of wolves kind of closing in, and I'll take you over to another map. Right. Winter Forest. Switch maps. I'll throw a cameraman out for you guys. And we'll make it nighttime. Let's see. There we go. And we'll add some wolves.
I believe in you, Shane Masters.
It was nice playing with you guys. Don't try to be a hero.
So Tiernan, can you give me a nature check?
Sure.
All right.
This is a flat roll for me.
All right. As you are rushing towards the sounds of the rats and the screams
I
and
mean,
the dying.
15 feet around. I don't know if that's really right.
Yeah. So as you are heading towards that, you hear so many distinct wolf cries. It has to be over 50, maybe even 100 wolves.
Fan-fucking-tastic. Am I able to distinguish between wolf cries and werewolf cries?
You cannot tell with your roll.
I don't know.
We're gonna begin combat. So fate will decide who goes first. But Shane, you do get an interrupt point.
Yes.
So just keep that in mind. All right, Genial Wolf's gonna go first,
Ooh,
unless ... Oh, all right. Let's see. Genial Wolf will. Let's see. Guy with the light or fleeing woman? I think it's gonna pick fleeing woman. But there's a lot of difficult terrain in the way. All right. In that case, it will just come towards you. It is going to ready an action to attack when it will get pack tactics from an ally. Or, if you try to run away, it'll do an opportunity attack. It's going to pass to...
I'll use my interrupt point because I don't want to be surrounded.
All right.
I can fire point blank now with no disadvantage. So I'm just going to unload 2 shots in this face of this guy.
All right.
Well, if it kills
No, you're going to kill it in one. I believe it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a wolf. You got a gun. Let's do it.
They're probably going to be scared and run away from the gunshot sound, right? Right, Crash?
Ah!
Right?
Right, totally.
Oh, yeah. That I don't know why that did the dice thing. I accidentally hit something.
Okay. Yeah, I'm confused. Did you get a critical hit on a 17?
So I do crit on a dice roll of 17, not on a 6. So no.
Okay, so I saw damage there before that wasn't a critical.
Yeah, I think it said 9. Yeah, I think 9 was correct.
All right, so the wolf takes 9 damage. And
second shot.
All right. And then 23 damage, so you blow its head off.
For bonus action.
Just a sec, you have to give Crash a chance to say it, and then all the other wolves run away because they're really scared.
I'd almost say that these wolves have a soulless hunger in their eyes. Ooh. As if there aren't enough recycled souls to make this many wolves.
Yeah, all my bonus stuff is to augment my normal attacks. So that is it for Shane for action economy other than movement. And he is gonna not that it gives me much of a better advantage, but he's gonna get on top of this rock.
All right, sounds good.
Which I guess there's a wall there. He won't let me, but
oh sure, I'll put you up on this rock. There you go.
Perfect.
All right, and then
oh god, Marina's just gonna keep running, so I don't want to pass to her. I'll pass to Fantastic way down south.
Okay. Fantastic is going to run up on Maruna, and it will ready an action to attack her when it has advantage. All right. It's gonna pass to Short Wolf, and Short Wolf is going to bound down these rocks, and then it will dash to get next to you. All right. It'll pass to Board Wolf. Board Wolf's gonna run up. As it does, that means Fantastic Wolf is gonna make their held attack with advantage. All right, that's gonna succeed. Doing some damage. She's got to make a strength save, which she does. And then she takes some damage. Right.
I don't see the wolf attack. I don't know if anyone else does.
Oh, really? Oh, my bad. I was still on secret from rolling your stuff in the evening. It's fine. All right. Since it damaged her, yeah, sure, she'll steal. And then she is going to just walk past the wolves. Let me double check. Hold on. She may get a new saving
Yeah,
throw.
they get a new saves after damage or something. Fingers
I mean,
crossed.
she may. Yeah, let me check. Let's see. Yes, it gets to repeat every time they take damage. Okay. So let me roll a fresh wisdom save for her. 11, no. All right, so she's going to wander past them. They will both make opportunity attacks against her. All right, that's going to hit. And then the other one's going to attack. That's going to hit. She's got to make 2 strength saves, which she does. And then she's got to make 2 wisdom saves. Let's see. She does not make.
Oh man.
All right. So bloodied, she just sort of heads off map, disappears into the darkness. All right. Play passes to communicative wolf, and it is going to. Oh, nice. Some difficult terrain. It is going to move and dash to get up onto Shane Masters. All right, it'll pass to Worn Out Wolf. Worn Out Wolf is going to move. Let's see. The rock's pretty tall. I'd say that where you are on the rock, it's 10 feet to drop down to the space below you. So it can't reach you from the ground there. So it will move and dash to get up behind you. And then finally, Greedy Wolf gets its reaction back, and it rushes off map to chase her down. All right. Top of the rounds, they control the initiative. They're going to pass to Board Wolf, who runs off map. And they're going to pass to Fantastic Wolf, who runs off map. All right. We'll keep what's happening off map unknown to you at this point because you have your own problems to deal with.
Yeah, I do.
So we'll pass to Short Wolf. All right, Short Wolf's going to target you, and they're going to go for a bite with advantage. 20.
I'm going to
okay.
take that.
Good to know. So it's going to be 7. Give me a strength saving throw.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate. Here we go. I'm going to use an inspo to go with advantage.
Okay.
Because this is not my strong suit. Whew.
Okay. So here is a boon. Quick attacks you and up to 2 allies. Means reaction. Move up to 20 feet. This movement does not provoke opportunity attacks.
Oh yeah, I'll do that now.
Okay. Well, I mean, you can't move through enemy spaces though.
Oh.
But, yeah. But,
Okay, I will go. That. Oh well. We won't.
Yeah. So if you went like here, you could probably get to there.
Okay.
So it might. Do you have anything to deal with difficult terrain? Because I would say hopping down from the rock probably difficult terrain.
I don't believe I do.
Okay,
I think,
so we'll put you right about there then. All right. All right. That is the creature's turn. You take 7 damage. You may steal if you'd like.
Yeah, I'll steal, and I am gonna fire on the 2 of, we'll fire on. Let's see, short went right, so
Yep.
We'll do fire on worn out, the closest guy.
All right, go for it. All right,
16
is going to hit, and 25 damage. It dies.
All right, we'll switch to communicative. Oh, yeah.
All right, yeah, it ceases to exist.
And then for movement, hey, I tried with Marina. We tried. So he's going to go 30 feet back off map.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Okay, it's like, hey, I did my best.
All right.
Because I assume I hear more wolves that direction, right?
As you and your light leave, the wolf would turn and rush back into the shadows, and that would end this encounter.
Yeah, I rush back to find whatever I find with the group.
All right. At this point, whatever happened has happened. The strange phenomenon continues for a bit, and I guess we'll just run down the list. Tiernan, you arrive at the infirmary camp, essentially, with a somewhat struggling, but mostly zoned out Irenia, and it is a horror show. Most of the people that were tending to the injured wandered off and left those who were too infirm to get up and wander off on their own, laying on furs and bedrolls, whereupon they were eaten alive by swarms of rats, hundreds of rats, their beady eyes glinting at you in the nearby lantern light and campfire light. You can see that they have burrowed into the corpses of the dead, and you hear screams come from one man as the rats plunge in and out of his body, but he is too sturdy to die. What do you do?
Just one dude?
That you can see, yeah.
Okay, how, covered is he? Is he
rats?
in the midst of,
He definitely has a rat swarm on him.
Okay. I want to.
But these are baby monsters for babies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. If it was he has one rat swarm on him, but the next 100 spaces around him also have rat swarms, and he's in the middle of all it. That's different than if this dude is on the edge where I can get.
Oh yeah. No, I mean there's rats everywhere, but he has enough rats on him that they qualify as a swarm, as a creature, a targetable creature.
If possible, I'd like to grab his arm and drag him out of out of the rat swarm, because I know that the swarm will just move with him.
Yeah.
But out of the midst of hundreds of rat swarms, sort of off to a clear area a little bit, and then I want to try to help.
He is a big boy, so I'm just gonna have you roll an athletics check because you're doing this one-armed while you're carrying a woman on your back, so on your shoulders, so you're already kind of encumbered from that. But go ahead and give me that athletics check. Holy shit. Yeah, okay. So you grab this dude and you throw him over your other shoulder. And now you got 2 people. And the one person's body you could feel the rats crawling around inside him, and he's just screaming, "Kill me! Please! Kill me!" As you run out of the commotion with him. You, I guess, toss him on the ground, and separated from the main swarm, it is, there's rats there. Do you?
Yeah, I
do you
mean, I
do
take
you
out the
kill? Do
seeker
you
knife.
euthanize this dude, or do you try to take out the rats?
I'm gonna take out the seeker knife and get to work.
Okay. All right.
And then, yeah, we'll see.
Okay. Give me one attack roll to represent your overall success at extracting the rats from this man's body. 29. Okay. You were able to kill what lingering rats remain. His body was already in bad shape. His leg had been crushed by falling stone, but now he has tremendous damage to his internal organs, and there's holes in his stomach lining. You don't know, like, how bad it is yet. Give me a medicine check. Holy shit. Bro. You guys, this session. Wow. Alright. So, in your medical opinion, if you had magical healing, you might be able to pull through. But the amount of surgery that would need to be done to put this guy on the road to recovery, you just don't know if they have the means here. So he's probably just looking at, like, a very long, painful death. But while you're ruminating on that, Daniel, do you just sit in the snow with Anna and, like, listen to the night, or do you try to snap her out of it, or you try to bring her back to your campsite? What do you do with her?
Yep, he, realizing how useless Mr. Spooky is, he is going to instead reach into Anna and try and rouse her back. Just like, snap out of it. Come back to us. We need you. I need you.
Okay.
You're the only one who You're the only one who understands the stark road we're walking. Come back.
That's pretty. That's
back.
pretty good.
That's
pretty
like the first amount of truth that's ever come out of Daniel's mouth.
And he says, "Come back to me."
Oh. Okay.
And
go ahead.
Go
ahead and give me another persuasion.
That's as far as he'll go without breaking session 0 rules.
Okay. All right. Anna, do you feel like a 17 is enough to kind of rouse you after all of this, or is Anna maybe enjoying, like, head empty, no thoughts now time?
I don't know. Anna's head empty, no thoughts many times. I think she's enjoying the attention and will try to get closer to it.
Okay.
Now he leans in a little closer.
Okay. So 21, do you feel that Anna might be like, time to get back to work?
Yeah, I think that's good enough.
Okay. All right, fair enough. Anna, you snap back to yourself. And then the two of you, as you're snapping back to yourselves, you see a gleaming beacon in the woods as Shane Masters begins running back towards the campsite, but no Maruna in tow. Darius and Talto standing by the campfire. What are you guys doing?
So, I was gonna rush after people. Did I pass by Tiernan on the way?
So wait, were you rushing? He headed towards the infirmary camp that way.
Right, but he had gone after Irenia, who was going into the woods.
Oh, no. He got her, then turned around, and he headed towards the infirmary camp. So the two of them are off map this way.
Right.
Yeah, she only ever moved like once.
Yeah,
before I
Shane and everybody else are down here, and then Anna and Daniel are, a bit off map, but within sight of your campsite.
Right. So when Toltos had came to me, I was gonna go rush after the other people who had gone.
Okay.
But some time had passed, and yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So you head off into the woods alone as well.
Yeah. I take out a torch, light it, run out.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so you just are chasing down people in the woods by yourself.
Yeah, because I would not be able to catch up with Anna. Darius is
Who
going
would
after
do
the
that?
others.
The only light in the darkness, part 2, the sequel. Okay. Let's head back.
I guess he would ask Taltos to see if anyone else comes back, but yeah. He goes
All right, so
out.
you asked Taltos to stay at the camp, and then you head out on your own.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That was my intention, but we kind of moved past quite a few things.
Yeah, that's fine. All right. As you are moving out into the woods on your own, looking for people, give me either a perception or a survival check.
I'm going to burn DM inspo.
Okay. All right. So you are on the trail of someone. Give me a D4 to determine who it is.
Or
Okay. You are pretty sure you're on the trail of Van Richten. You arrive on the scene to see Van Richten very purposefully making his way across a frozen stream. And I'll take you over to that map. Alright. Dude is just guided by moonlight, trying to make his way across the stream towards whatever is luring him into the darkness. So you would arrive at the edge of the scene, and we'll roll you into an initiative. I'm really embarrassed for Van Richten because, like, failing. I mean, everybody fails a wisdom save now and then, but like,
that's her
you know,
dice.
when you're a famous, like, you know, monster hunter, like, it's kind of embarrassing. All right, he's gonna go first. And he would sort of make the sort of half-hearted leap from there to there. He's moving very slow, slipping in the ice, and getting his feet and boots in the water. So, you know, frostbite on the feet, that's always good. And he just keeps slowly moving in. It is at that point, Darius, that you see some glittering dim lights, question mark, in the distance. And hold on just a sec.
Trying to.
All right. Can you see over here? Oops.
No.
That was fun. Okay. Then you would just see.
Or I see the outline of something, but that's about it.
Yeah, you would just see like what looks like 6, very sparkly, 5 very sparkly, blue lights like stars in the dark on the other side. But you hear a very heavy breathing, as if from a huge, monstrous being.
Okay.
All right, and it rolls into initiative.
Yeah, for some reason I can't roll initiative. I don't know why.
Oh, you can't roll initiative. Remember, it's all broken. So.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why we have the fate thing to help us with that.
My bad.
So, Van Richten will pass to you, Darius.
Okay. 30 feet to get to here. Action, I'm gonna dash. Hopefully using my momentum to leap over to get to Van Richten.
Okay. So go ahead and give me an acrobatics for these icy rocks. Oh my, what the fuck, guys? Did you guys install a mod? Just tell me the truth. Did you guys install a mod before we start playing?
I wish.
Is Atropos got pay to play set up now? Or pay to win set up? This is incredible. So many nat 20s. You got a nat 20 on your perception, nat 20s on 2 nat 20s on your acrobatics, Tiernan had nat 20 on his medicine, his athletics check. Shane got a natural 20 on his attack roll. It's nuts. All right. Anyways, it's just a lot. It's good. All right. So you reach him, and then
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna say that I use my bonus action to consume 1 moxie point per stick and move, so that allowed me to dash. And then I get
Okay.
to Van Richten. I'm just gonna bonk him over the head.
oh shit. Okay. He would only have his dexterity and leather armor because he hasn't cast mage armor on himself. Okay. So you bonk him for 6 points of damage. That gives him a fresh wisdom saving throw.
Snap at him.
All right, here we go. Oh no. All right, the flow of combat shifts the entire battle. Move all combatants within 20 feet, 30 feet. Oh no. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so that's good. So you pull on him, and he pulls away from you. But then you guys stagger back off
Take
the
a
rock
dip.
and splash into the ice cold water. All right. Which ain't great, I'll be honest. It ain't great. Okay. So let's see, frigid water. Each minute spent in the frigid water. Oh, okay, you should be fine. I mean, there's stuff that happens afterwards, but you know, it's not like it's hot lava. You know what I'm saying? Okay. If the creature destination is blocked, I would say I want dexterity saves from both of you to see if you fall prone, because you did slip off of a rock into more rocks and then into the river. So
That's fair.
go ahead and give me DC 15 dexterity saving throws. Oh my god, Van Richten, what the fuck? I mean, dude said he was cursed.
Just
Dude
making
said
up
he
for
was
our
cursed.
20s.
Only a flesh wound. A combatant who's been down. So there's nobody. Okay, that's fine. Everyone's doing great. It's great. And then you manage to stay standing, but he fall down.
Since he dunked himself in the water, does that give him another save?
Unfortunately, he took no damage. But if you guys think that being submerged in ice cold water would be like a slap in the face to wake someone up, sure, we can give him another wisdom saving throw.
I would say that.
Oh,
But I don't
okay,
know
all right.
about anyone. Oh,
He
Jesus, bro.
doesn't break free. All right, play passes to whatever this critter is.
Hey, buddy, over there, help me out.
You really say that? That would be so
No,
amazing if you did.
no,
Oh,
I
okay.
don't. I have no idea
What
what
a
this is, and
what
I'm
a
kind of worried.
what a I'm new to horror movies thing to say. You know what I'm saying? Like that's fantastic. But I think at this point in your career, you would know that it's not good.
That'd be more like scary movie than
Yeah.
than any type of horror movie.
All right, so the creature just starts moving towards you, and as it enters the edge of your torchlight, you see it. It seems to be some terrible amalgamation of flesh and stone. The flesh looks dead and frozen, and there are bits of rime and ice clinging to the stone armored carapace of the creature. It looks like there's not a lot of thought that goes into its physical form. So you see some of the outside bits on the inside and the inside bits on the outside, but it has the vague humanoid shape of like an ape or just a massive humanoid. And it cocks its head to the side and it opens up a mouth that is very predator-like, like the alien predator, and lets out a low, ominous sort of clicking, croaking sound at you. And then let me gauge the distance here. Yeah, sure. It will, as a bonus action, use leap. And as it leaps, let's see. It jumps up to 20 feet high and 40 feet long. It doesn't provoke opportunities. In addition, if it moves at least 20 feet in a straight line prior to the leap, it can add 10 feet to the height and 20 feet to the length of the leap, which is more than enough. And it did move before it used it, so it's going to come down right on top of both of you. All right, and then it is going to use its multi-attack to attack 3 times. Now, this is a pretty innovative creature for 5th edition. It is going to use 2 claws and a bite. So I just want you to... Yeah. So let's see. You guys are probably thinking like, ooh, this is gonna be good. Something. No. I will say this: there is an aura around it as well. You feel that if you start your turn in the aura, you'll have to make a Constitution saving throw. It is going to target Van Richten on the ground and try to savage him. So here are 2 claw attacks at advantage. And a bite. Alright, so the 25 is going to hit, the 13 is going to hit, because, there's no scaling armor class, and then the bite is going to hit. So let's check the damage. Let's see, 12. And the dude gets a new saving throw. He snaps to his senses, glubbing for breath and gasping for air as the second claw swings in to hit him. And let's see. Man has a spell book. Oh, he doesn't have the shield spell. So he is hit by that one.
Bro, you're killing me, Patrick.
It's a low magic setting. He has investigator type stuff.
I know.
All right, so he takes 12 damage and 12 more damage. All right, and then the creature is going to bite him for 20 damage, which is a potpourri of piercing and acid damage. Let's see, and he will take all of that, and he is bloodied. Going to the next round, he is going to steal. And he is going to shout to you, Darius, who's right there. It is a demon! Be careful! You will need magic weapons to hurt it. And he's going to stand up without provoking an opportunity attack. Yeah, 5th age of magic, bitch. And then, let's see. Oh, he fell down again. What is he going to do? Man, he really doesn't want to die here. Okay. He says, Mr. King, can you take this creature?
Just get yourself together, man.
I ask because I will slow it down so that you can escape.
Fuck out of here. Go get some help. I'll hold it off.
Okay. Man, honestly, he doesn't even know where he is. He doesn't even know where he is, dude.
Either that or give me some support.
Okay. He is going to cast. Let's see. He's going to heal himself first and foremost. So, actually, maybe this. We'll do a Hail Mary. Dismissal as an action. Make a melee attack against the Celestial Elemental Fiend. On a hit, you attempt to drive the creature back to its home plane. Well, alright, it's worth a shot. Hail Mary. He's going to cast a 5th level Dispel Good and Evil. So here we go. And unfortunately, a 12 does not hit the creature. As he goes to grab it and affect it with the spell, he continues to roll absolute dog shit and misses the creature. He is going to difficult terrain, try to move closer to shore. And that's unfortunately his turn. He does have resistance and guidance if you need it. And then Yeah, that's all he's got, bro. I'm sorry. Yeah, he'll bolster you for that +1. All right, and then he will pass to you.
Okay. I guess Bone Gorilla Part 2. Bonus action. Darius is going to where is it? So many stupid abilities. Nope, not that one. There we go. Bonus action, dig deep. He gains resistances to physical damage. And he's just gonna start wailing on this thing. Here comes the first attack. He said it was a demon.
Mhm.
First is gonna be unarmed strike.
Okay. All right, and this is a magical weapon. Has the magic tag.
Yes, because by unarmed strikes are considered magical.
Hype. Okay. A 17 does not get through the creature's stony carapace.
Okay. Then let's do another unarmed strike. 19.
19 does not get through its stony carapace.
You said you had guidance, friend, right?
Oh yeah. Guidance. I don't know. Does he have? He doesn't have true strike. That's the one
That's
that boosts
true
your
strike,
attack
that's the
rolls.
one.
Yeah. He's got resistance and guidance.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. Well, this is gonna be interesting. All right. I swing twice. Don't make any purchase.
Oh shit. All right. You pass to the creature.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. The creature has you right there. It's a pretty simple brute. It will go ahead and just attack you. Oh, sorry. At the beginning of your turn, you and Van Richten each needed to give me Constitution saves.
Fair point.
Should I even check that Van Richten made a successful roll? Nope. All right. So both of you would have failed the save.
Okay.
All right. So you would both be poisoned.
Okay. So then, yeah.
Which means,
so then I wouldn't have hit anyway, so I did disadvantage.
yeah. All right. I'll add the poison status. It seems that there's just the air around this creature is toxic. It is unnatural. It feels like a fever has kind of come over you. You have chills, obviously, but also you feel feverish. You feel like you're going to throw up. Your bones hurt. It's just horrible being near this creature. All right, it's going to try to get its leap back. What's up?
Actually, no. Continue. Sorry.
Okay. So anyways, it's going to activate its multi-attack, and it's just going to do a claw, not an advantage, sorry, claw, and a bite. All right, so 12 would miss, but the claw would hit for 14, and the bite would hit for a potpourri of damage, 6 acid and 17 piercing. If you turn on your resistances, or they get turned on by one of your abilities when you activate it, all the damage should auto-calculate when you apply it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty sure I had set the thing to give me those.
I checked your sheet, it's on there.
Okay.
All right, and that's the creature's turn. I guess bonus action. There's no reason for it to leap or anything. So yeah, it just kind of opens and closes its mouth, tasting your blood, dripping acid everywhere, and you may steal going into round 3.
Okay, a couple of things. One, is this creature's because it's how the ability is stated. Is it CR higher than our level?
No, this is listed as a CR 9 creature.
Okay, that does not turn on. Not that it would have block those attacks. All right. Reaction. Darius is going to burn 2 Moxie points for.
But you are 2-manning a CR9 creature, so. And one man hasn't rolled higher than like a 4, so.
All right. On the claws, Darius uses his reaction for cross counter. He
Okay.
negates all that damage.
Okay.
He'll throw out a attack, but this is going to be at disadvantage because of poison, which is going to miss.
Okay.
And then the second attack that's going to go through. Okay. I hope that was all correct. All right.
And for those of you back at camp, this is what Darius did while Shane was fighting wolves, while Daniel was psychically communicating with Anna, and while Tiernan was off watching rats kill people and trying to save people from rats. So this is all happening simultaneously.
Just like any horror movie. Okay. So start of my turn. Do I have to make another con save?
Let me check the aura. Yes, it is. You're poisoned until the start of your next turn. So, when your turn comes up, the poison would end, but then you roll a new save against it.
Okay. So here comes a new con save.
That is not enough. You are still poisoned.
I wouldn't know about this ability. I don't. Oh, it didn't count. Oh, right, because that thing hasn't been really working correctly. All right, so I'm down to 1 Moxie point. So I can't use that ability. I'm going to bonus action, or sorry, not bonus action, as a reaction as to failing that, burn 2 exertion, and negates the being poisoned.
All right. You are no longer poisoned, and then?
Yep, I'm gonna kind of circle around this thing, and let's just continue using it as a speed bag.
Okay.
22.
22 is going to hit.
Okay.
All right, and the creature takes some damage.
All right. Second attack. That's gonna miss.
All right. So you punch it hard, and like its left arm, and there's like a small crack in the stone. The creature looks, and you see its 5 eyes sort of like glittering with curiosity, and then it looks at you, and you go to punch it again, and it doesn't seem to feel anything from the punch. And then it turns its attention to Van Richten.
Bonus action, I'm going to use that last Moxie point I have right now. Jesus Christ, that's gonna miss. This essentially gives me the monk to attack things.
Gotcha.
21.
All right, 21 is going to hit. So as it kind of turns away from you, you keep punching at it, and that 4th hit, there is a sort of a crunching sound.
Okay, that's it for me.
All right. The creature's going to steal. It's going to target the doctor, and it's going to, get ready, use Claw Bite on him. Right. Damage. And damage. And so he would go down. Alright, since he hits 0, we gotta check for wounds. Scaly scar on his right arm to elbow. The acid injury has resulted in a scar that is gnarled and scaly with a light sheen in the same color as the acid that damaged you. You get a +1 natural armor from it. Oh my god! Or a +1 if you already had a natural armor. That's bananas. There's good things that can happen to you when you get injuries now? What? Alright, well, guess it is what it is. Okay. Rudolph has no choice but to steal. He will try to make a death save. 1 success. He will pass to Darius going into round 4.
Okay.
I guess he can say 2 words while he's on the ground. Because, you know, dramatic shit or whatever. And he will say, Darius, run!
He doesn't like to leave people who have been good to him. Item interaction, he's going to reach into his pack, pull out a healing potion, and dump it onto Van Richten.
Damn. Okay.
That's my action.
Alright. Van Richten is healed for 16. But is still prone. And is not concentrating. And would he still be poisoned? Let me check. Constitution. Yep, still poisoned. Alright, who do you pass to?
I'll pass to Van Richten, telling him
Alright.
to get up and start moving.
Alright, he will try not to be... Alright, he is not poisoned. He's gonna stand up.
Oh, I guess my bonus action actually would have been to help him up. Because we can do that.
Oh,
right? I totally forgot
yeah.
about that.
Bonus action could be tell him up. Okay, then he doesn't think he could take a beefy hit from this dude, even with his new shield arm that he suddenly has. So he is going to disengage and head back off map. And then he has to pass the creature. The creature sees him leaving, and it looks at you, and it opens its mouth in like a big, hideous smile, and it crouches down, and then like a humanoid frog, it uses its recharged leap ability. Which allows it to move without provoking opportunity attacks off map after Van Richten. Then it's going to attack him. Right, let's see. The claw attack does 15, which is not enough to kill him. Oh wait. No, he was healed to 16, so he has 1 hit point. And then the 13's gonna miss because his acid arm ? And then it is going to try to bite him, and that will drop him again. And as he drops, let's see what happens to him this time. Punctured lung. He coughs up blood. The wound has made it past your ribs and into your lung. You must make strength athletics checks and dexterity acrobatic checks at disadvantage for 5 days. Requires treatment, medicine, to reduce the duration of the injury. Alright. I guess I should move you guys onto a different map now, since you guys are no longer near the river. Is your intention to continue to fight and try to save him? Or is your intention to let it be distracted with Van Richten and flee, Darius King?
Because it has that fucking leap ability.
I mean, you can just walk away from this.
Yeah. Yeah. He looks down towards the creature that's mauling Van Richten, and there's just not much he can do at that point because he doesn't have anything else that he can possibly heal him with, and things just. It seems like it's just malicious and its intents to just finish off the week before going after anyone else. So, yeah, he's just gonna unfortunately turn around and head back the direction he came from.
All right. So mechanically, this would play out as the creature damaged Rudolph. Rudolph would steal. He'd have to make a death save. His 2 words once again. There he is. Run. And then he would just like cough and lungs punctured and blood spraying out of his mouth everywhere, and you just hear from the creature. And it would pass to. He would pass to you, Darius, and then you could make that decision too.
Yeah, move and dash.
All right. All right, Darius, give me a perception check.
I'm gonna burn another DM inspo.
Okay. You are able to find enough similar like landmarks that you can back trace your way towards the camp, and you don't get further lost in the woods. But the downside is that you can hear the creature toying with Van Richten. You can hear the grotesque sounds of his bones being broken, of his flesh being torn, of his innards being devoured. Eventually, those sounds fade, and it is only the sounds of the screaming people being savaged by wolves that continues to rise up from the woods as you finally break from the woods and find yourself back at camp with the others.
Did any of those guys break free of their own and come back to us?
Right. I will check. Right. I'm going to give them... Each of them is going to get 3 wisdom saves. And then, depending on the character, they would do whatever the character would be prone to do. Alright. Okay. Alright. Savid would go to try to find and retrieve Casimir. So I will give Casimir advantage on these saves to reflect that. That's what Savid would do. But that will mean that if Casimir doesn't make it, Savid will not make it either. Alright, here we go. Alright, so he makes it, and being a very powerful spellcaster, he and Savid would make it back to camp. Maruna and Kureus and Dr. Rudolph Van Richten are never seen again. Well, tonight at least. The howling eventually dies down. I don't know what you guys can do. What you will do. Do you want everyone to regroup at camp, or do you want to pursue separate courses of action?
We should have the rest of the villagers huddle up as well.
All right, so you guys as a group are going to go around trying to collect whoever is left?
That's what I would propose.
Okay. Tiernan, with your speed of like 5, carrying 2 people, Do you travel with the group,
so
or
with
do you
the
stay at base
second
camp?
guy, with the
Yeah.
second guy, if it looks like he's not gonna make it without magical stuff, I don't have any of that.
Oh
So
shit.
I'll just
Denies him.
I'll ask him if there's anything that he wants me to tell anyone. And then yeah, I mean, like, he was asking me to do it, and then yeah, I'll put him out of his misery.
All right. His eyes roll from the pain, but then he focuses. He grabs you by the shirt or the armor, I guess, and kind of pulls you close to him, and he says, "Tell Von Zarovich to fuck himself in hell." And then he dies.
I'll sad smile, say I can do that, and then like slit his throat or something.
All right. So, Tiernan, do you join everybody in a slow patrol to try and find everyone, or do you stay at the camp? Or not everyone, but find survivors in the area.
Is Irenia still like struggling? Like, if I put her down, and she start
No,
walking?
I think after like maybe 10 minutes or so, she sort of just comes back to herself.
I just see Tiernan constantly shaking her like the scene from Airplane. Like every 6 seconds.
But doesn't want to do damage to her, so he's just like, all right.
So we'll take a quick look around the infirmary camp. I'm assuming there's nobody else left.
I mean, there's a lot of dead people.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
And then yeah, we'll join the group.
Okay. As you guys make your rounds, it is a horror show. The young, and the elderly and the infirm who made their saves against the effect and didn't flee the camp, are sort of huddled together. But those who were strong and capable, they kind of ran after those who failed their checks and went out into the woods. Of the Kavani who entered the woods, none have returned. So altogether, you found about a dozen, like, children, old people, and, badly injured people, but not so injured that they needed to be in the infirmary camp.
What about their chief?
I will roll 3 wisdom checks real quick. No sign of him.
Good news, you don't have to tell him his daughter's dead.
Yeah.
Casimir says, it was some magical compulsion. Fortunately, Savid was able to help me break the spell away. It is unusual. My people are normally resilient to such effects. And they will finally roll a history and an arcana. Right. And then he'll say, what did you see? Perhaps I can recall something. Yes.
From before this happened, what did I see?
You said you saw.
There was a vampire. He didn't look like the ones we've seen before. He was more monstrous. Red eyes, dead skin, no lips, just teeth. A large scar that had ruined his jaw. He was terrible.
I know the creature that you speak of. Ugh. It is the Nosferatu. It is a creation of the Dark Lord. An experiment upon a vampire spawn. To see the limits of pain and torture it could endure. It is said that his methods unlocked powers and potential within the vampiric blood and curse, but drove the creature mad. It answers to only one master, its creator. It has powerful psychic abilities to control man and beast and giant alike. It is said the Nosferatu is kept in Castle Ravenloft, or it is too dangerous a thing to have loose in the world. But I suppose it's been let out. David looks at all of you and says, David say, hold on. Okay. Savid says, I hope this hasn't changed our plans. Do we still intend to climb the mountain?
Where's Rudolph?
Say that. Everyone starts looking around except Darius.
Darius has just kind of sat down in a squat and is just looking at the ground. And he just kind of punches the dirt once. I think he's dead.
One runner was lost as well.
Casimir lets out a wheezing breath and says, the stage and the guide, both taken from us. A bit convenient, you might say. Or inconvenient in this case.
We still have the Seeker.
For what it's worth.
Well, then we shouldn't let their sacrifices be in vain.
This was no sacrifice. Nothing was accomplished. It was just
And if we leave
Bad
now,
luck.
do you think we'll come this way again?
Casimir says, "This was not bad luck. This was malice, cruelty, punishment." And as he says that, you see the firelight illuminates his broken face. And he says, "I have been on the receiving end before."
We will continue.
I wasn't saying we shouldn't continue. I'm just saying that this wasn't a sacrifice. They weren't trying to accomplish something. They didn't do something so that we would be able to do something. It just happened to them and there was nothing they could do. I don't doubt for a moment they would have sacrificed themselves, but this wasn't that. This
Tiernan,
was just them getting in the way.
just stop, Tiernan. This is what
Yeah,
he
Shane
does.
gives you a look too, like, dude.
We'll just get ready to leave, and we will leave soon.
Right. With this twice interrupted sleep, do you try to get the rest of your night's sleep in, or do you just pack up and head out?
We got what, 2 more hours?
I would say anybody that doesn't have isn't an elf or an undead or have some weird supernatural power requiring them to get less
Hours.
sleep, yeah, would need a couple more hours.
I'm fine with camping for a couple more hours if you guys are.
Yeah.
Shane's gonna need to. He doesn't have the 20 con or well rested, so.
Gotcha. All right. What do you do with the 12 survivors of this entire village? Who is just the elderly, the young, and the infirm?
Well, Anna has an answer. I don't know if the rest of the group is going to like it.
Does it seem like there's one of them that is able to take charge without the chief?
I mean, yeah, there's like an old person that, they're like, they got steel in their eyes, but they also look pretty fucking defeated.
I don't know. I guess we're not too far off from Yester Hill.
Astor Hill, that's where the Faithless are.
They still around after we whooped their ass.
You didn't genocide them.
That's fair. That was a thought.
Darius, Rudolph said that we would get distracted, and I know you don't want to hear this, but those are distractions.
Just
I will
throw this out there. If
Yeah.
if you pause, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
We we can help them throughout the night, but once night falls again, they're finished without the help.
This is the only civilization that's down here.
There's no civilization here anymore, Darius.
So we can't leave them, and we can't take them with us, and there's nowhere to take them to.
We can leave them. We have This is just me. We have more important things to do.
We don't really have the supplies to give them anything.
They're people, they can make their own choices. We can lay out those before them, but I'm not going to pick for them. They can come with us if they want. I don't think they should. I don't think it's smart, but it's an option. They can head back to their remains of their village. Once again, I don't think they should. I don't think it's smart, but it's an option. We can give them directions to Krezik. We can give them directions to the northern Kavani. We can give them directions to the Temple of the Fanes at Yester Hill. We can do whatever they want, but they are people. It should be their choice.
That much I agree with. But if they should at least know if they come with us, this is probably going to be the least of their problems. Things are only going to get worse from here.
I will say, just because that sounded a lot like trying to assuage guilt here, referring to Tiernan, is what he said, know that no matter what they decide, if we let them go off on their own, you as well may have just signed their death warrant.
We can't go back. If they come with us, it's just as bad, I feel, as if they go off on their own.
The two Dusk Elves watch in silence as you guys make these decisions. And then, I guess, slightly off to the side, the 12 survivors kind of huddle together, many of them trying to make perception checks to hear your conversation.
Like I said, it's only going to get worse from here. I tried going after Van Richten and ran into a fucking demon.
Yeah.
A boy breaks off from the group. He is young, maybe 9 years old. He approaches your party. And he says, Are you going to help us?
We'll do what we can based off of what you decide.
What do you mean, what we decide?
Where do you wish to go from here?
They are speaking of traveling the road and heading into the lowlands. They say there is a family that makes wine. They hope to reach out to them for aid.
They haven't returned to their home, have they? They're still all in Krezik.
Their home is rubble.
Yeah, their vineyard was destroyed. Yeah. But they don't get a newspaper up here. So.
Yeah, no, that's...
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure.
But the boy, he says, my parents are dead. They are old and they are children, but you have magic and weapons. When the others ran off and died, you tried to save them. You were strong. And you see them pick up a piece of firewood and start to swing it like a club. I am brave too. Let me join you and fight beside you. I am no coward.
Shane will go up to him, put a hand on his shoulder, and say, then your people will need that strength. You should stay with your people.
Looks back at them. Looks back at you guys. Tiernan, your passive insight tells you that this kid doesn't really think he's that strong. He's just hoping that he's strong enough that you guys would take him with you, because he thinks he's got a much better chance of survival with spellcasters and adventuring mercenaries than he does with a bunch of grandpas and children. And he says, where is Miruna? She was going to go with you. Everyone was talking about it.
Oh, don't know if I should lie to the kid or not.
I will.
Yeah, Shane will definitely hesitate, so if you step in.
Maruna walked off into the forest.
Then you will need a guide. I know the way to the hidden path.
I wish I would incite people to see if he's lying or not, but she believes him. So she looks at the two. She looks at Shane and Tiernan in front of her and says, "What do you think? Do you think he could show us the way?"
Tiernan, you hear the elves whispering to each other in Elvish. Give me an insight. Okay, the vibe is Savid's like, the fuck, we ain't bringing a kid to the Amber Temple. Casimir says, we do what we must. That's the general gist. You don't speak Elven, but that's kind of the... if you had to fill in the conversation based on tone and intention,
Tone and
like that.
body language.
Yeah.
Whispering to Anna and Tiernan, not to the kid.
Yeah.
Do we really want to use this boy like this?
Oh man,
Talk to the rest of them.
This dude's about to rock the best perception check of all time to eavesdrop. Okay. Who knows if you heard? Shrug.
I mean, I can make a stealth check if you want.
Tiernan will sort of like.
Well, here's the problem, Shane. If you whisper low enough for the kid not to hear and Tiernan to hear, Anna has no idea that you whispered at all.
Just see Shane's mouth moving.
Yeah, Anna, you see Shane's mustache rise up and down for a second. He must have an itch.
Tiernan gonna sort of pat the kid on the shoulder a little bit, and then he's gonna start walking over towards the other group of survivors.
Right. He takes the physical contact as acquiescence, and he rushes over to the campsite to warm himself by the fire. All right, you approach the others.
I'll Tiernan's doing. I'll entertain the kid by taking one ration from the pack and feeding it to the kid. And when Anna looks at him,
it is extremely important that you guys on the honor system are tracking your rations, because it's gonna get real fucking rough. All right, so
he realizes Anna probably will watch him do that, and he'll be like, "It can come out of my share."
Okay, so someone please delete a ration.
I'll do it. It'll go from 19 to 18.
All right, that ain't a lot of rations, bro.
I mean, you could use survival to hunt, right? There might be something up here. So.
Oh, there's plenty of things up here. There's plenty. There's plenty of things up here.
I mean, I did just kill 3 wolves. I mean,
all right.
Anna doesn't need to eat, right?
There's a bunch of dead people here. She can make meals for you. And Anna doesn't eat.
Darius can just go eat some people bones over there.
Well, I mean, the elves obviously brought, elven wine and elven bread, but they're unlikely to share unless it becomes an emergency.
I can go back and get. There are 3 wolf carcasses. We can pick the shot out of them and use them.
Don't go by yourself.
Yeah. I guess I'll ask Taltos if he'll go with them.
Okay, so you're actually going to go out and try to hunt, or are you going to go out and
No,
look for
I'm gonna
survivors?
go back to follow my tracks and
Uh-huh.
Maruna's tracks and get the 3 wolves that I already shot.
Okay, fair enough. Okay. All right, Tiernan, you said you went and approached the pack of people, the 11 survivors besides the kid.
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
walk over towards them, and I'll just it's not safe here. What's the
One of the
plan?
old women, she puts up like a weird like hand signal, like like she's warding off evil, and she says, "Seeker, oh no, you have brought ruin upon our people. You did this!" And she motions all around to the blood-stained snow, to the avalanche-destroyed village. And her eyes are just wide with terror, and tears stain her cheeks.
His face will soften a little bit, and he'll say, "You know who did this."
We lived here for generations, unburdened, unmolested. We kept to ourselves and our own ways. It was you who brought this upon us. And I curse you! I curse you with every ounce of my being! And as she says that, she fucking dies. Tiernan,
Fantastic.
get another black dot.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Wait, why the fuck's it 3 now?
Oh, sorry. The Van Richten one can go away. You be at 2. You be at 2. Alright. There we go.
Oh, we both did it at the same time. There we go. 2.
Alright.
Tiernan will sigh, and
yeah,
he'll
the people
turn
will
towards
gasp,
the others.
and then they'll look at her, and they'll go to her, and someone will say, "She is dead." And then they all start making that warding sign with their hands at you.
So frustrating.
Tiernan will just ignore it and start explaining that they can't go to the Mardikovs because their home isn't there and they've gone to Krezik.
All right. You see despair completely settle in. And then the one old man amongst them who still seems to have his wits about him, he says, "Do not worry. We will take care of ourselves." Tiernan, you want to give me an insight check?
Sure.
This would be a good one to fail. Oh, okay. You get the sense that when he says, "We will take care of ourselves," then as soon as you guys are gone, he plans to mercy kill everyone.
I mean,
And I guess on that note, we can end the session.
Justify that to your conscience.
yeah, Tiernan will nod and will say, "The boy's coming with us," and then
All right. That's a good line to end on. The boys coming with us after your heartbreaking insight check. Telling you guys, perception and insight, it ain't always good. You don't always want that shit.
The more perceptive you are, the crazier you're going to get.
It's been beautiful not having perception.
Yeah. Woo!
Well, goodness, you can clean up this crowded board.
Oh, man. Wow. That was a whole lot. Okay. Quick announcements. I'll be back
So
in
wait.
less than an hour.
So wait,
Back in less than an hour. Wait,
one quick
what
thing.
was the
Was
question?
that all the random encounters, or do we still have more?
No, that was it.
Okay.
I mushed them together for you.
I figured, but okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I just can't wait to see Daniel in that big ass armor now.
We're gonna try.
So the Nosferatu is a It's one of the rougher encounters you could get on the random encounter table.
One of the creatures
Obviously.
they added in Van Richten's book. We're up to him.
So while you guys are, we'll find out what happens next week. So real quick announcements. I'll be back in less than an hour to run some Dragon Bane. If you're like, man, I really liked watching these guys get kicked in the nuts over and over again. Is there more, but maybe with less vampires? There is Dragon Bane. It's gonna be a great time. I think we're gonna stream it. Someone said they would. I don't know if Lex is gonna do it or if we're gonna have Darby do it. I don't know, but somebody will stream it. If you're curious to watch and see what Dragon Bane is all about, and then I don't think I have any other announcements besides that. Anyone else have anything before we adjourn? No. Right. Well, in that case, have a good Sunday. See you next time.
Only go up from here.
Oh no, it's definitely not going to go up from here.
I mean,
All right.
physically it is. We're gonna go up.
Oh, you are. There you go. Fair. Yeah, you are going to go up the mountain. So okay. All right. Fair. All right. Well, I'm going to go pray the rosary for forgiveness. All right. See you later.
Thanks for running. And thanks everyone for tuning in. Catch you next time.